Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where you may notice things are in slightly higher resolution. Ooh, that was a little laggy there, but that's usually laggy when I zoom in for the first time. Things are in slightly higher resolution now. The new graphics card came in, so that is fantastic. Now, we do need to attack this guy at some point, and that point is probably extremely soon. The major issue with it, of course, is our monthly income. Hello, pause menu. And I think in order to deal with that, we need to get her on our side a little bit more before we really get away with this. So that's definitely something that we need to consider, right? That is going to be very, very interesting, for sure. Either that or we need to have a lot more monthly income. Now, how much does... If we were to declare this, how many would he actually be able to throw against us? 13k? Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit challenging. Not because we can't win it, just financially speaking. That's something that I'm a little bit concerned about. Now, did we finish up all of our holdings up in these locations up over here? I feel like we did. One over here. Are you building? No, you're not, actually. We're only missing 10 gold on this, so let's go ahead and get a city constructing here ASAP. Any moment now. Any moment now. Well, when are we going to get that payment? There we go. Fantastic. What about over here? Did we get all of these? The answer is yes. Yes, we did. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll ransom that. Perfect. Okay. So we're making a reasonable chunk of money. I definitely want to attack this guy very, very shortly. He is losing money, or actually he's gaining a little money, but he is currently in another war. Ah, up this way. Okay, I don't care about that. That's kind of irrelevant to us. If we were to raise up our army, we would be losing quite a lot, in fact. Our men-at-arms are very, very expensive. And that's to be expected, to be sure. What we really need right now is just to get her on our side. We're currently only getting 4.2 gold per month out of a possible 30.6. So that's going to be a big, big boon for us. So we'll work on that for the next little while here. We do have 20 stewardship skill currently, mostly from our spouse. And we will accept this ransom, and we will accept any ransoms, in fact, that anyone might want to give us. There's only one person that would do a ransom right now. It's a little bit unfortunate, and trebuchets are going to finish up in 2 years. Do we wait on that? Is the question. That is indeed the question. And she's no longer our court physician or our court chaplain. This guy now is. And, I mean, he's intimidated by our dreadful reputation. But I would definitely like to sway him. That's a thing that we're going to need to do. We may want to send a gift to him. That is so bad, though. We'll appoint him as our court physician. That's nice and cheap. And now he's giving us 10.1 gold. So, I mean, he's giving us more than we were getting from the previous one. So, I think that's okay. I think that's just fine. I do want to be increasing the size of our war elephants. That is very important to me right now. But I think more important is our expansion up here and getting this truce on cooldown. I think this is incredibly important. I'd want to seize this duchy, and honestly, I think we do it now. So, we're going to attack from down here. We're going to raise troops up until our men-at-arms show up, which should be pretty quick. Okay, we're currently losing a little bit of money per month, but we should have enough to last us for a while here. We should be able to clean out this war pretty quickly. 20 days on this siege. And we're not going to split our troops because they have a decent number of troops here, so it would be quite dangerous. We do have a new learning perk available, and let's see what we can get there. I definitely want to do Cultural Fascination Progress plus 35%. That's a huge boost. Okay, we got 19 gold from that siege as well, which is very helpful. We're going to come up and attack their capital. And let's just see what we can get done here. We should be able to get this done quite quickly. He's sieging up here, which I actually really, really like. I'm a big fan of that one. So let's head on up. And we're going to siege their capital. Should be no problem here. And then we'll go probably relieve this siege, is my guess. We'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very short siege. So that's great. Vassal taken prisoner. Yup. To be expected. And we're going to just attack up over here. Wonderful. Should have no problem with that, and this should end the war, in theory, before we even go into debt, so that is great. I'm really, really happy about that. He should be running away, but it's too late now. It is far, far too late now. Question of loyalty, huh? 90% chance that we discover the truth? Sure, we'll do that. And there's the war over. We'll enforce our demands. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and disband this army. And we're above our domain limit right now. We'll need to hand these out. That's expected. We will hand this to this guy. He is the correct religion and culture. And this guy, I think, who is the correct religion and culture as well. Perfect. So they are now fully encircled by us. We trusted her all along. I'm sure she'll accept that. I'm sure there won't be any problems whatsoever with that. Okay, so this is our current situation here. Of course, we need to grab all of this as well as all of this. We're making progress on both of those. The Bengal Empire is, I think, going to be the easier one. So that's definitely something that we need to think about. I do want to ransom off these prisoners, and so we shall. We'll ransom off whoever we can. And we will, of course, upgrade our elephants here. Fantastic. Size 10. We gained a level of stress. That's not ideal. I don't want to donate to charity. I don't want to do this either, but that's our option. That, of course, means that we lose our domain limit, which isn't ideal. We'll grant this off to a low noble. Like, that's incredibly unideal. It was just drunken ramblings. Actually, no, we can't do that. This guy's going to gain a favor hook on us. We'll see what he does with it. It's probably not going to be any good. We do have too few spouses. I'm not sure we exactly care, though. We gained a weak hook on that guy. Fantastic. Now, what can we do for wars? Might gain a learning lifestyle perk. We'll do it. Okay, so what can we do here? That's not bad. That's only a county, but actually, that's pretty expensive for a county. In fact, that's very expensive for a county. We'll probably not do that one. What about this? It's only a county as well. Anything up over this way? That's not too helpful. Yeah, a lot of these aren't very helpful. I would really, really like to subjugate this guy. Of course, we are currently lacking our level of fame for that. Now, we could work up our level of fame fairly easily, in fact. And maybe that's something that we want to do. You are arrogant, deceitful, and shy. You don't really have a forgiving nature. I'll give it a go. Let's see what happens. Oh, we got a son and heir. Okay, he enjoyed it. Perfect. I don't know why, but sure. Sure. So we definitely want to bump up our war elephants here again, as soon as we can. 50 learning lifestyle experience, 150 prestige. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the prestige there. We're just waiting for another payment here, and then we will bump up our war elephants again. Perfect. That is magnificent. That brings us up to 11 of 12 war elephants here, and then we're going to bump that up one last time here pretty soon. What is this war going on here? Not particularly great for us, all things considered. 50% chance? Yeah. Help me uncover this. Perfect. What's his opinion of us? 33 right now. So he's giving us most of the gold that he can, but not all of it. I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay. We can change this guy's contract, and so we shall. Bump up his feudal tax level. Wonderful. Of course, we're mostly just putting money into our men-at-arms right now, and once we get that maxed out, we're probably going to make some titles. Almost certainly we're going to make some titles. So that way we get our prestige up, and we can attack either this guy or this guy over here. Although I think we don't have a CB on him. So it'll almost certainly be this one. Or perhaps this one? We don't have a CB on him either. So yeah, it'll be this guy. That's a fair number of counties over here in Bengal. So yeah, that'll be great. How much do we need for Exalted Among Men? A fair amount here, 4,000 in total. But we should definitely be able to get that this life, no problem. And let's just bump this up as soon as we get another payment in here. There we go. And that set of war elephants is maxed out. We should be finishing up trebuchets any moment now, and we're going to need to replace our mangonels. That was always expected. And heraldry is being researched right now by our exposure. That's getting close to done, and I think after trebuchet we're going to go for windmills. Or perhaps guilds, but I think windmills is what we're going to go for. So trebuchet will be done any moment now. In fact, there it is. We're going to go for windmills immediately. And that is perfect. Very happy about that, of course. An excellent translation. Perfect. A learning lifestyle perk unlock. That means that we can grab planned cultivation or pedagogy. And that's what we're going to get. Okay. Sounds fantastic. And of course we need to continue working on our war elephants, but I'm for now going to ditch this unit of mangonels. And we're going to immediately raise up a unit of trebuchets. Excellent. And we'll increase that to size 3 for right now. And that's going to be what we're going to work on increasing for the time being. Now we are making 73 gold per month right now, and that will continue to come up as we work on these windmills. Once we get that done, that will be a pretty big boost for us. Once we get all of these upgrades done anyway, on top of that. So he used up his hook to give himself tax-exempt status. I'm not happy with that, but we'll get that fixed later on. And this guy, he is going to get a learning education. I want to continue pulling ahead in our technologies. We're doing reasonably well on our techs, but I'd like to continue to pull ahead. Let's see, 1280. So we have 80 years to get all of these unlocked. That's basically what we're seeing here. So we definitely want to work on that. There's no doubt about it. 2 years on heraldry. That's fine. We want to go to high partition as soon as we can, of course. Let's go ahead and increase our trebuchets up to size 6. Actually, that was size 5. We're going to need to do the same to these mangonels as well, but that will take some time. And we're going to get a new lifestyle point here pretty soon. We're probably going to go for open-minded is my guess. Different cultural opinion will be very, very handy for us. And I do want to create some of these titles. There's no doubt about it. But I still feel like the gold is better spent here for this exact moment. That said, this is a lot of gold that's going to go into this. We'll increase this size up to size 7. There we go. Is it just me? Okay, I guess it's just me. I was thinking this looked like barbed wire, and I was like, why would that be barbed wire? But it makes no sense for it to be barbed wire. Fantastic. It's not barbed wire. Tissa has been swayed. That's fantastic. That brings him up to 70 opinion of us. And that is just absolutely wonderful. That means that we are now getting his full amount of endorsement, his full amount of taxation, and we're now making 77 gold every single month. We're also super close to getting another lifestyle point, and that's also great. What is our learning at? 13. Not the best I've ever seen, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and grab open-minded for that plus 15 culture opinion. Wonderful. When can we go up to absolute crown authority? 9 years. Okay, that's going to be worth doing, I think, eventually. With the minor exception that our vassals aren't going to press claims out here, but I don't think I'm too concerned about that, all things considered. Let's go ahead and bump these trebuchets up to size 10, and 2 more month ticks, and we'll be able to max that unit of trebuchets out. 75 prestige, we are taking the prestige. Fantastic. Exalted Among Men is coming along. Of course, it's going to be a little bit before that's really good to go. We do need to possibly increase more control. Yep, Kongu it is. Fantastic. So that will be wonderful. And, I mean, I feel like we're mostly going to be making enough gold. Mostly. That guy has a has a claim on a petty kingdom. That's okay. 13 months until heraldry is done, and 15 years still on windmills. Yes, I will attend your feast. Fantastic. I look forward to it. That is wonderful. 75 prestige, losing 18 stress. We've become closer to developing a rivalry with her. She is our wife, which isn't necessarily the best person to develop a rivalry with. But we'll take it for the prestige. What could possibly go wrong with that? Oh boy. Now we're currently working on collecting taxes, and is that really what we want to do? I feel like we want to work on our capital here. In terms of its development, right? Let's see, what is the actual development growth here? 1.3, and it is currently being reduced by 1.6 because of the existing development. However, once we get guilds, perhaps? No, urbanization. Once we get urbanization, that'll be a totally different situation. We'll lose 12 stress here. Fantastic. And there's another increased control finishing up, so let's go ahead and reduce our men-at-arms maintenance. Fantastic. And with this gold that we've built up, we are going to bump up our trebuchets. And we're going to replace this unit of mangonels with another unit of trebuchets. And we'll start increasing the size of that just as soon as we get our next payment. Perfect. With all these trebuchets, we are going to be very, very capable of just flattening the forts around here. How long's our truce on this guy? It's actually over, and we may want to think about attacking him again here. For this duchy. And I'm gonna do it. Our gold is low, but we should be fine here. I'm gonna raise up our troops. We're gonna go until our men-at-arms show up. That's probably gonna put us negative in cash. Actually, it's not negative. In we go. We're already at 25% war score here because we have his air captured, and he's barely got any troops here, so this is actually completely fine. We're going to siege this very quickly indeed. Not as quickly as we will once we're done with our upgrades. But that's 10 more days left on sieging their capital. And we're going to attack over here as soon as we can. We're already at 63% war score. How much did we actually get from the land here? 28.8%. It's not quite going to finish the war from this siege, but we'll just come up over here and that will finish the war. So yeah, it's under a month per siege here. That's not too bad, but it'll definitely continue to improve. %, and let's go finish up this war. Wonderful. So we will attack over here. And once again, this should be a very quick siege. 20 days. Make that 10. And this war is over. He doesn't have a chance. Never did have a chance, ultimately. Perfect. We'll enforce those demands, and we'll disband our troops. We are, of course, going to need to grant this out to someone who is the correct religion and culture, and someone who is the correct religion and culture. Perfect, and we'll also ransom out our prisoners that we got there, up to 13 characters. That's a lot of gold, and that gold, of course, will go towards getting more trebuchets. Fantastic. So we need to increase our size here 2 more times, but that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Do we need to build anything up here? The answer is yes. We need to build a city holding here, as well as a city holding here. And 2 up here. And 1 over here. So yeah, there's a number of holdings that need to be constructed here. We can usurp this clan. We can also ransom additional prisoners, and let's go ahead and do so. Okay. Fantastic. Let's just get these trebuchets maxed out for now. And we need to remove these mangonels as well and create another unit of trebuchets. There we go. Perfect. And I would very much like to get this constructed up here as soon as possible. And there's still this one little territory over here. We can usurp some of the stuff here, and that's definitely something that we're interested in doing. But we need to get these trebuchets maxed out as soon as possible. Like, we could definitely use some cash right now, right? That's definitely a thing that we're interested in having. Our development is currently 30 in our capital, and I'd love to see that continue to grow. Which is, of course, why we're working on increasing our development. Wonderful. And I'm not sure what's going on over here exactly. There's definitely a few things going on, but we can take a look at that a little bit later on, if it's still there. We'll bring these trebuchets up to size 5, and yes, we will attend this man's feast. Better be worth our time, though. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and check and see what's going on in the rest of the world, shall we? Looks like pretty standard stuff. Nothing too weird going on. We did just discover heraldry. What is being exposed next? Urbanization. That's actually perfect. I'm super happy about that. Yeah, it looks like there's not a whole lot going on, all things considered. Okay, sounds good. Well, we've definitely snowballed here. There's no doubt about it. But we're going to be able to form India quite soon. And that's magnificent. I am very, very happy about that one. We'll take our trebuchets up to size 7. And that's going very well, of course. This is a lot of trebuchets, and they are going to do a lot of fort damage. There's no doubt about any of that either. Another thing that there is no doubt about is that it's time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we are going to continue working on this snowball. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.